Yeah, good morning, guys. Welcome back to Diko graphic design training. I believe we're doing great today. It's a white Diko graphic. Today, I want to show you how you can make a monogram logo on your Android smartphone step by step using Pixellab application. And I will show you step by step how you can present this design on a mockup. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is to carve out our shape together with our write-up. So I'm starting with this. Just go back to the shape. So get into the shape, we are using this square shape. Then reduce the opacity. Then you increase your stroke just as perfect as this. Okay, good. After that, you can reduce the size a little bit. Depends on how you want it. When you reduce the size, after you haven't, before you close, it will be thicker, which is far better. Then after that, the next thing you are going to do, just use your mask at this period. Increase your mask to this left side. You can see, right? Let your mask be this. So you can see this. Then you have to deal with it to this side. Move this one towards the top. Let this one come down. You can enable it so that you can adjust by reducing the size. After that, tap OK. Having this at that side. Okay. Good. So you can adjust this now. So after we have this, the rest are so simple. Okay. So you can have it like this. Now that we have that, we'll position this at one particular side. Go back to your shape. So getting here, we have this particular shape. When you have this, you can have the opacity reduced and turn on the stroke to see. If it doesn't work, go back to the shape and select another shape, something like this. And let's say if this doesn't work, the next thing I'm going to do is to select this same shape, just increase the opacity back. So we're going to increase the size just as you can see it. So we can increase the size to this period. Okay. After reducing the size, increasing the size, copy another size, give this one, copy another shape, sorry, give this one black color. Then we're going to reduce the size. We need to measure to make sure that the size are not really big. So we have something of this nature. You can tap on relative position to make it uniform. So you are going to be looking at the size of this first shape for you to be able to see. We need to reduce, so we consider making the size too big a little bit, so that when we reduce it, we will have an accurate result. So you can merge the two together. After that, erase the color. So now reduce the size. Is it going to work? After reducing the size, I guess it's going to work, but we need to just readjust and back it. So after backing it, what we're going to do next is to just reduce the size. We don't want it to be merged. So after reducing the size, since it is 2, so we need to position that here. So we'll reduce this size to the bare minimal level. So after reducing, we are going to tap here, tap here. So on tapping here, we are going to adjust it now, so it won't give us issue. So we still reduce the size. Okay, perfect. So that when we reduce, we will have our accurate result. So now we have this. Can increase it a little bit. Perfect. So you can now centralize it. Centralize and let it enter a little bit. So let this one enter a little bit. Then centralize. Make sure you centralize this as well. You can now adjust manually to make it fit. You can see. So now check. So when you have this result, you can further by bringing this a little bit to the front. You are going to use your eye to check if it is okay. Now merge it together, go back to the erase color, then you erase. When you erase, you need to cut out some other part because this won't work. So because of that, you can use your marks to put a finishing touch to the rest. I need to go like this. So when you use your mask, we have something like this. Okay, or we'll make it more closer. I'm coming. So what we're going to do, we're going to still reduce this size. Okay. It's just that we're going to increase this. So that the one we're going to remove there will just be small. We do the same thing here. So we have small one. So we are removing just small one. Okay, I'm considering some factors here. So front. So now using our relative position will make it best. So and I guess this is okay. So now what we're going to do next, we are moving the two inside. Okay, let's move it so that it don't give us issue. So after moving the two inside, what we're going to do next is to merge, then we cut it out. Okay, merge and cut out. So now we can position that here while we copy. When we copy, we'll go back to our 3D rotate, then we have this. So when we have this one we are going to position it here. Then you can see what I'm forming. But because of that, I will try as much as possible to do something to this. Okay, so I will come here where we are going to cut out a little part here. Enable it, then you move this one out a bit. So when you move it out, you can see my own result. So see my own result here, we can cut out a little bit this part too. Enable it, just move it towards this side, but let it be uniform. So we'll cut out so that we can place the mouth together, and you can see we have this particular result. Okay, good. The next thing we're going to do is to make it more stable. Okay, we'll make it more stable. If possible, you can zoom out for you to be able to see clearly that there is no any overlapping. Okay, once there is no any overlapping, we can at least send this to the front for us to cover everything up. So after that, you reduce to a bare minimum. So when you reduce, then the next thing we're going to do is to shift it and make it closer. So we are tapping the two, then we are moving the two together. So we have this particular result. You can see, right? Very cool. So when we have this result, the next thing we are going to do at this juncture, we are going to have a particular line. So this line will cut across this. Okay, this particular line will go directly, but before that, we are going to do another thing here first. So we are going to merge this together. Okay, after merging together, we'll position to the center, then go to the shape, reduce the opacity, and you increase your stroke just to measure this particular size. So now what we're going to do next is to put a finishing touch to this. So we are, after making sure that the sides are somehow accurate, so the next thing we're going to do is to lock. Then we'll position this to the front. So we're just going to adjust this to make sure that it will work, but we can adjust just as perfect as this. Then we shift others to make sure that it will work well. So now we have this result. Then the next thing to do is to just I'm just going to place matte here. So I'm copy this. After copy, I will use my mask to cut out some part here. Take it for instance, I'm copy some part. So enable and click out, so that I will use that to cover my mess to this particular area. Then you can see what I did, right? You can zoom out for you to see clearly, and you see it actually work. But what I'm going to do next is to just shift it up. Okay, perfect. Then I will lock. Then after I'm able to do that, I'm tapping on the second one, tapping on it, and use my mask to cut out some part area here. So having this, so I'm cutting out some part of area. Okay, so enable. So we have this particular result. So I don't want it to so it should be cool like that. Then I will be able to have this. I will be able to have this. Okay, I'll be able to have this. Then you click your black and make it work. So we have this result. You can see, right? Okay, very good. So the next thing we're going to do after that has been done, it's very simple. We already achieved our aim. But what I'm going to do next, I can readjust this now. So go back to my movement arrow, then I will bring it down. So that I don't want the space to be too much. Okay, perfect. So now I have this. So now that I have that, then the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to merge everything together. Okay, perfect. Then we have this result. The next thing I'm going to do now is to click on the copy. So if I copy it, what next am I going to do? I'm coming here, tap on this. So whenever I tap on this, I will increase the size, move it towards up. Okay, perfect. So after moving it, I will reduce the size a little bit. I will still move it up. Perfect. Then I will click out. When I click out, I will get this particular result. So when I get this particular result, I will go to eraser. And the eraser work for it? Just tap on this and you cut it out directly automatically. Cut it out. Then you see we have this result. Position this here. Come back to the color area. Then you change the color to this. The next thing you are going to do is to send this towards the back. Then you have this. Good. You can shift it out a little bit. Shift it out a little bit. Okay, very good. So now there is more to this. What are we going to do next? We need some things here. So we need to reduce the size. After reducing the size, we are going to position it here. Then we still need another one, which we are going to remove the opacity. Then we are going to increase our stroke by 3. So after that, we go to the color and apply color to it. Then we'll go to the center, increase the size. We are going to increase the size. Okay. After increasing the size, we'll position it here. So we can still tap here. After tapping here, then we increase the size by 4. Okay. Then we increase. So we'll position this here. Okay, perfect. So we can increase this by reducing the size a little bit. We are going to position that here, but if it is too big, we can still reduce the size. Then we'll have to position it here, just as simple as this. But we change the color to that color. Then we'll look at it critically. If it doesn't work, you bring it out, you reduce the size, then reposition to the center. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do next to make everything work, we can tap on this. Hope we are not to. So we can tap on this. When we tap on it, we reduce the size small. Then after reducing, we are going to reposition very well. Okay, perfect. Then after that, we are going back to our shadow. We increase the shadow, put it here or here. Then blur shadow should be too much. Okay, as you can see, we have our offset and offset Y so that we can see this. If it doesn't take that, we have what we can do, just match something to it to make it look pictures. Okay, then we'll go back to the shadow. We are going to reapply the shadow, increasing the blur radius and everything. So we should be able to have this. Okay. Okay. Let me check out some things here. I'm trying to get something done here. When we increase this, then return everything back. Then we'll have this thing return back. So let's have our radius back and see. Okay. So we come here again. We have inner shadow. We increase the size. So let's have our blurry radius back. Okay, perfect. So the next thing we're just going to do to make everything plumb so that it will be very easy. So we just come here quickly, fast. So we position something here, fast. So let's have something like this. Then we change the color. We position that. We can shift it up a bit. Okay. But it's too thick. So we can have this. So that when we reduce, it, we'll have this. Sure, okay. We're still doing well, right? Okay. So tap on this and you reduce the size. So we have this, right? Okay. So now that we have all these results, so the next thing we're going to do is to just have our color change. So we tap on this. We have our color picker. So we pick a color from here. Okay. So when we pick, then the second one will go to 0. Okay. Then we'll have this. Let's see. Okay. So we have this. So the next thing we need to do is to just quickly merge everything together. So now that we have this, we can reduce the size to bare minimal level. Then we have what we call stash. Then we'll go to the shape. To the font. Then we have a font called P-Bass font, bold one. We'll go to bold one. Then we'll go here. We increase. We apply stroke. Boldness. Increase the size. So we look at it. Is it actually thick? If it doesn't, we can go back to the stroke. Apply a stroke a little bit. So let it be thicker. Increase size a bit since there is more space in between. Then we'll go to the color. We change the color to black. Tap on the plus sign and make it more darker. Position it to the center to see. Okay, this is dark. Then we need to increase this a bit. Okay, perfect. Position this to the center. We have this result. Okay, cool. We can reduce. Position to the center. Okay, cool. So quickly go here, but if you don't want to do that, just go to the shape here. So we have a shape to use. Okay, so we have this which we are going to use. You can just cut them out by going to the eraser. So when you get to eraser, just tap like this. Okay, cut out, cut out this, then you come here, cut it out. Now we have our result. That one will not blur like the other one. So we have this, and which we are going to position to the center. Okay, perfect. So after that, we will position it here. Okay, cool. Then we have it positioned to the center. Okay. So we have what we call a secret design. Then we'll have here, we'll go to our font area where we use any of these. So let's say beautiful font. We should see some beautiful one. Secret design. Is this okay? Or we'll pick this. So let's use this. If it will accommodate, but if it won't, we can use the other one. So let's check Alice brush. Then we'll go to the font to use black. So let's lock, increase the size. So this Alice brush really work perfect. Okay, perfect. Then the next thing we're going to do, we don't want it to come out. So we're going to have this, position it here. Okay, perfect. And then the next thing is to have our phone number. We have 081 we have 081 44325673. Okay, position that here. So we're going to go to our gallery. We bring in the social media icon, position it here. Okay, so have it lock. Then we copy. So we have Anastasia. Then we'll position that here too. We'll position it here, which is very cool. Increase the size a bit. So we are going to bold it too. So we'll bold this. We'll bold this too. Then after that, we go back to gallery. Then we'll bring this one in again. That is so we'll bring this in. So the next thing I'm thinking we should do, we can merge all this together, excluding this, for us to move it up. After moving them up, we can adjust this as well. So let it be around here. Okay, good. While we are going to adjust this too to make it stand out. So after that, we can now go in and change the color. Okay, we change the color to black. So while we have this to be changed to black as well. Okay, perfect. Then the next thing is this shape needs to take another color. So we are changing the color to this. While I'm copying another one, so position it around here and change the color to black. Okay, then send this to the back. Okay, perfect. So now we are done with everything. The next thing to do is to do a kind of adjust to this. So have these two lock. Do a kind of adjust to this. Make it smaller. Reposition to the center to make sure that everything is actually aligned, and we are done with our logo design. So now the next thing to do is to just save with transparent background. Then we'll move to the markup. So we're going to move to the markup.
So now, right now, you come to your Chrome browser, then you type www.photopea.com. So after that, the next thing you need to do is to tap Open from Computer. Click on File, locate where you have that mockup. So this is the mockup you are using. Tap on it. Then you wait for it to load. It will take a little time to load. So you wait a little bit. So at times depend on the network, and it depend on your Chrome browser. So if you are experiencing this, you just wait. If it is not responding, you can just reload the page. You reload the page. So some people can wait, or you can open another tab for it while you have your Photopea. You can have another tab and you can check the one you load before. So if this has done, you can tap on it and continue. but if it is not, you can reload. So at times network normally fluctuates. So tap on this. Let's run this. So come here, you tap on this. So when you tap, you should be looking at the screen of your phone. So you should get the result in no time. So let's check the previous one. So which is still loading. So at times network affecting it. So and at times everything will just seem not responding. So in that regards, you can just make sure you close all the open tab, close everything, close them, then you back. So cross check. So you can still continue running it from this angle. Check the previous one. Now this one is loading, it has responding. So I'm indirectly showing all this because I'm supposed to do it behind the screen, but I want you to see what I'm experiencing and how I do normally tackle it. Now you see the result. So the next thing I need to do is to tap here. So hide the eye icon here, hide it. So after typing the eye icon, you hide the design on it, then you open, you see this result. Then you can proceed, click open and place to access your gallery. Then you bring the design, just import the design we made on our Pixellab now. So tap on it. Then you are going to drag it out so that it will be big than expected. So let it big to fit in. After that, tap on file and click on save with smart object. So when you do that, then you'll be looking at the screen of your phone. In no time, you see the result will display. Then you see smart object updated. Just tap here so that you see the results. And this is how to just run the mockup. So facing those experiences, it could be your browser catchy. Just clear it or you close all those tabs that you have opened. So that one will help you to make this to run faster. So let's wait. Good. Then you can see the result now. So when we view it, see how the result be. You can actually see it. So this is how to make a 3D logo on your Android smartphone using your Pixellab. I believe we'll learn something from here. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Tap on the file and click on export as PNG. Then be looking at the screen, you see another window. Then you tap on save. After tapping on save, you see download icon at the top. Open it to view the result. Then you see the result. I believe this is helpful anyway. Don't forget to like, share and comment if this is helpful on one way or the other. Thanks for watching. Once again, God bless you.